All right, so I'm gonna show you how I make my spicy salsa egg breakfast that I like to eat. I make it spicier because I put Cholula green pepper into it, but pretty much it's a mild to slightly medium. Most people would enjoy it. If you don't want the extra spicy, don't put in the Cholula. But I wanted to show you what I've got here. I've got extra virgin olive oil spray. I have a pan, just a nonstick pan that's being heated up to medium. I have a half cup of egg whites, about an ounce, just under an ounce of shredded cheese. This happens to be pepper jack. And I have a quarter cup of green salsa. And I have the Cholula right there and some salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly how I make my breakfast. It's pretty fast and easy. And yes, I eat this every day. I love it. It happens to be easier for me to have the exact same thing every day. Patterns work for me. So this has been heating. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a quick spray. And I'm going to just toss on the salsa. And I kind of spread it out a little bit so that it kind of shakes out a little bit, makes it a little bit thinner. And then as soon as it's all sizzling, I'll be adding my egg whites. There we go. Sometimes I'll add a few little pieces of regular onion just diced up and let them kind of saute a teeny bit if I want to add a slightly different flavor. This is starting to sizzle, starting to get nice and warm. When most of it is sizzling, I will go ahead and just pour on the egg whites. Just like that. Then I go ahead and give a little pinch of salt. Salt to taste, obviously. And then I go ahead and just kind of chuck in some of the Cholula. There's a whole bunch of different varieties and flavors. We like the chipotle and we like the green pepper. And the cheese I chose was pepper jack today. Sometimes I do sharp cheddar. And then you just kind of, using a spatula, we like to call this a spoonchula, you just kind of scrape along the bottom, let the eggs come around the back until most of it's kind of cooked. And you kind of stir it around. I also make egg white omelets sometimes where I just do the whites all by themselves and fry them and then put the things inside. And sometimes I'll add a few veggies. I never add any tomatoes because tomatoes are kind of, they're very, very high in carb. And my thing is about the low carb, high protein. And salsa has fairly minimal carbs. So once it's all kind of definitely not liquid anymore, but it's still kind of saucy, that's when I like to add the cheese, because then it kind of melts with the steam as it's doing its thing, and I just kind of like along the top. It's going to all get mixed together, but there you go, just like that. And you just kind of cook it, let the steam kind of do its thing. Now is when I'll go ahead and just turn off the stove, but let it kind of sit there because I have an electric stove, so it continues to stay warm. But if you were cooking on like gas, you could just turn it down to low just until the eggs kind of finish up cooking. And depending on if you like, I like mine sometimes where I have a little bit of a caramelized feel to the cheese, kind of a melty cheese. Then you can kind of cook it a little bit longer. Depends on my day. Sometimes I like it crunchier and kind of more with a little bit crispier, like a baked thing, or a little bit softer, just like scrambled eggs. Today, I think I'm just going to go with the scrambled eggs, and just going to use my bowl. And you can watch. Just scrape them on in. And voila! In 4 minutes, breakfast.